And record. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this special edition of Dragon Sports Live. We not live, but we gonna give it to you live.
Dragon Sports Podcast.
Yes, sir. Well, we had a exciting week for you. And the reason why we're doing a special podcast, I was out on a special trip where I got to meet Isaac Ginn Jr., the son of Isaac Ginn, the legendary manager who coached both the Red Sox and White Sox. And another team that I can't think of.
Marlins.
Oh, yeah, the Marlins.
Well, a lot of people forget about that team anyway.
True. But jumping right into it was a exciting week for NBA this week. Like, whew. Let's see. We're going to start with the hometown favorites. The Bulls lost to the Celtics 111-82. It hurts my heart to say that.
No.
Not me, baby. Not me. Get that. Tank to get Zion, baby. Tank to get that freak of nature.
You on the Tank bandwagon, too? I wanted to see them win, but
Have you seen that dude, though?
he's built like a tank. He's built like Draymond Green when he first came to Michigan State, how big Draymond Green was with a LeBron. He's the size of Draymond, but built like LeBron.
You saw the thing. If you were to join the league now, he'd be the second heaviest guy in the league.
He's so built that ex-LSU assistant coach was offering Zion a football scholarship.
I believe it. That dude is huge.
And he's light on his feet on top of that.
He
So,
levitates. He levitates.
The Bulls would do well with him. Maybe.
I think they
Hopefully.
did a little bit more than well.
But check this out. Box score for the game. Levine was only held to 10 points in that game. And the Celtics actually proved me wrong. They beat the crap out of the Bulls in the second quarter. You know, I always say the Celtics is a second half team, but not that game.
No, I mean, I remember I got the alert saying, "Oh, great!" You know, it's like, well, me being the one wanting them to tank thing. What are they doing? They're winning, and then halftime rolls around, and you know they're getting spanked, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, what happened? And being outscored 32-11 will do the job for you.
So this is all their scores. Parker, 14. Carter with 11. Levine, 10. That's your starting lineup. Holiday with 6, and Ryan, who's in starting line with 8. Coming off the bench, Harrison with 16.
Leading scorer.
Shaquille Harrison, yes. Who's one of their Exhibit 10 contract players. Cause
Yeah.
I've never seen this person's, like, I never even heard of Shaquille Harrison. I never heard his name until yesterday.
I mean, unfortunately, if Levine isn't your leading scorer, chances are you probably are going to get blown out, and they got blown out.
They got demolished.
I mean, Harrison being the leading scorer with 16, 7 of 10 shooting. I mean, he had a great night. But if the Bulls are going to be in trouble if Levine isn't getting his points, because obviously, where's the rest of the scoring going to come from?
And then let's go to other Celtics. Hayward, 11. Tatum, 14. Halford, 10. Halford, wow. Horford.
Sheesh. Oh, my glasses?
Kyrie Irving, 17. Jaylen Brown, 18. And then coming off the bench, Rozier, 12. Morris didn't play that game because he had illness.
That's the Celtics box score, man. They have a lot of depth, and that's why a lot of people like them to come out of the East. Maybe. I mean, we see
This East is crazy, though.
We'll see. Yeah, I mean, obviously the Raptors are off to a really good start. Sixers, we're still waiting on to finally kind of break out, and we'll probably get to it eventually. But obviously, adding Jimmy Butler should, obviously improve them, even though they kind of crapped the bed.
They crapped the bed. They let them come back in that game with a last-second three-pointer plus a two-point shot. But Butler did score 14 points in that game in his debut.
Yeah, but what was it? Orlando went on like a 24-0 stretch, 21-0 stretch.
Yep.
Again in Philly in that fourth quarter. No bueno. That is not going to win you many games, if any.
Not at all. Not at all.
And with the expectations the Sixers have this season, perhaps finish in the top 3 at the very least in the East. They got to start winning some road games. what is that? 2-7, 2-7 away from Philly.
Yes.
So, and to completely lay an egg in the fourth quarter like he did against Orlando, who is better than what we are used to. Still, you can't. It's not a team that the Sixers should be blowing big leads against, and let alone giving up 21 straight points. You shouldn't give up 21 straight points anyway, unless you're the Bulls and Klay Thompson is out there on the floor, which we saw a couple weeks ago. I mean, it wasn't a 21-0 run, but 92 points in the first half. But I mean, it's just you can't be giving up 21-0 runs against inferior opponents if you're the Sixers.
True, and then that me of Jimmy Butler looking at Ben Simmons like talking about shoot the ball and glaring him down.
Might I add, it is weird seeing Jimmy Butler in a Sixers jersey right now.
What number is he rocking? I didn't even.
He's 23.
He'll have no problem talking about it.
But it just looks weird. It just looks so weird in a Sixers jersey right now. I mean,
I'm used to him being
Bulls and Wolves jersey, I guess, obviously. But it's like with me and LeBron with the Lakers jersey. It's just a weird sight right now.
That's still weird because he's mashing with them. And speaking
he
of
went,
the Lakers,
he went off last night, LeBron.
He went crazy.
That's a throw-up site for me.
He also passed up Walter Stilt Chamberlain as fifth as all time with a made free throw that he needed, but he had 44 points last night. Oh, Bree, you don't like LeBron?
She's
No.
the face of the LeBron James fan club right now.
That dude is in my hometown. Ugh.
Oh yeah, I forgot you are from Cali.
Don't remind me. I'm disappointed.
But they did beat the Trailblazers 126 to 117
I don't give a
to prove their record 5-3 at home and 8-6. There's actually their third game winning streak.
They got something. They got something going. Beating one of the better teams in the West. As much to Bree's dismay.
LeBron, 44 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists. He almost put a triple-double up.
I don't care.
Okay.
The only person I care is Kyle Kuzma, as long as he's my buddy. But LeBron, I don't care.
Oh.
Dude is like, why?
How about this? JaVale McGee putting up 20 points.
I'll take that. But on the I'm sorry, you just can't give me LeBron and the Lakers. I can't do it.
Ball actually put up more points than somebody in the game.
Oh, he's going to now because Rondo breaking his hand. He's
Yeah.
gonna be getting some getting some starts. I'm assuming he broke his hand during that game then, because I didn't catch that.
Does he when it's important for you to need him? He always do something stupid. Like he was with the Bulls.
Fracture his
He
third
he broke his hand against the Celtics
and played with it.
right, and they would have won that series too. Hoiberg would have had a playoff series under his belt.
Because they was like up 2-0.
You were exactly right. It was after the loss of
what a weird series that was.
It was after the win over the Blazers. He broke his hand. It was frustration.
Over what? You won.
Okay, I'm with Brett. What are you breaking your hand for? See, this
Like I get frustration, but
But it could be one of those. You
I
didn't
know.
realize, I'm like, why is my hand hurting or stuff like that, and you don't realize it because he broke his.
Unlike LeBron.
he probably wished he would have broke his hand on
He
Chris Paul's
fractured his
face.
third meniscal
We're not doctors here.
Wait, what is
metacarpal on his right hand.
Metacarpal. Hello. I mean,
okay.
I
I mean,
we'll just it's a bone in his hand, right? That's what
but
we'll
think
stick out.
about
We're
it.
not doctors here.
At least he broke his hand. He wasn't like LeBron, who waits till after he gets swept in the finals to go, let me just put a soft cast on my hand.
came out with a big old ice cast. It wasn't no soft. It was just wrapped in ice.
I know. No, he came on. He was at the press conference with a soft cast, like, my hands. Oh, please. I'm sorry. Him and the Lakers, I will never be okay with that.
What about What was it?
So I guess LeBron James Christmas or LeBron James jersey is not on Bree's Christmas list.
It's not even a Lakers game on Bree's Christmas.
She preferred Golden State.
I'll check. I'm gonna.
go with the
I'll check.
Lakers.
I gotta go find my receipt now.
Somebody offered me Lakers tickets, and I'm like, I can't do it.
What?
Now, a good surprising game, though, was Utah and Dallas. 118-68. Now, that was a butt whooping +2.
Did Donovan Mitchell play, or was he?
And this, yeah, he
Sick.
played. I mean,
Donovan
Oh,
Mitchell
you
only
played.
10 points, 3 for
Between-
9.
between Philly and Utah, I mean, Philly at least I think has a winning record. I think it's just by one game, 7-6 or something. But Utah has been a huge disappointment as well because this was a team that had some expectations going into the season to possibly be just like the Sixers, be top half of the West.
But they're 5-2 at home.
I-
5 straight.
It don't matter if you
Dallas?
Dallas 5-2 at home right now. They're 6-8 right now.
That's surprising. I mean, it's not a terrible team. You know, Doncic obviously is really good. You have Harrison Barnes out there to make some shots. DeAndre Jordan for boards and Smith Jr. and now I'm kind of talking myself into it. It's a pretty decent roster they got going on over there in Dallas.
Dennis Smith Jr. The crazy thing about he has 2 IT bands on his ACL.
Really?
Yes. So he tore it in college, back in college. The doctor, when they was going to do surgery on, he has 2 bands.
Huh.
Why do you think he's so explosive? Why do you think he just rise to the prize?
Getting medical up in here. Broken hands, torn ACLs.
Yeah, we get a little medical, you know. Try to do a little research every now and then.
I can understand that thing.
But I mean, look at the fourth too. I mean, 34-9. I mean, I don't know what's going.
Wow.
I don't know what's up. I don't know what's up with Utah because, you know, like I said, this is a team with some expectations to finish in the top half possibly in the Western Conference, and here you are sitting at 7-7. Granted, it's only 14 games in, and God knows what's going on with Golden State with Draymond and Kevin Durant.
Oh
Draymond
man.
is a shield.
But I know today they were seen walking in together in practice.
Oh, they gonna do that.
You know, but-
Speaking of that,
But it's just I understand getting mad. It's just insane that it went from just being upset about not getting the ball at the end of a game situation to full blown Kevin Durant free agency.
Well, that was all Draymond Green because
Right.
apparently what they said, like Draymond Green's like, man, you ain't even down for this
Co-
team. How you call into question somebody's commitment though? Like,
If
I
it-
love Draymond Green, I do.
This is coming from the guy where you got the guy from beating his Oklahoma City Thunder team in the Western
And
Conference
then you were the
Finals.
main one recruiting him.
That literally when you lost to the Cavs and everything, you
You
went.
took-
The first thing you did was call him.
Right, you took everybody down there. The Hampton Five, as they want to call it, to recruit him, and then you curse him out and call the man out his name and talk about
That
"Oh, you ain't
and
down
calling
for
him
the team."
calling him the female dog and everything.
you gotta think about it like this though. When we mad, we say all types of things.
Okay.
I don't know. Draymond's always mad though, so he probably means it.
But he was more frustrated. Like, yeah, he's like, I should have passed you the ball when you was wide open.
Okay.
I made a poor decision.
But does that mean you got to call the man at his name?
When you're frustrated that y'all could have actually won the game, they had
Okay.
enough time for Kevin Durant to get that shot up and hit that shot.
Okay, so next time you get that man, I wish you would.
Why would I get that mad for you? You get mad at me like
I
that.
tend to say a lot of stuff wrong. So get that man me and see what happens.
Hands are up here. I ain't a part of this.
But the words did make up for it the next day, even though Draymond was suspended.
They played the Hawks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they was getting creamed by the Hawks. That first and second quarter.
But still, if you lose to the Hawks, you should get shot.
Dang.
I'm just saying, the Hawks ain't been decent since.
Well, they're 3-11 and 1-7 away. So
We just proved my point. Thank you.
when we have Golden State, who's 8-1 at home, 12-3.
Again, you just proved my point.
And that one loss for the Warriors at home was a complete butt whipping by the Bucks too last week.
Well, that was horrible. I was
Huh.
ashamed to be a fan right there. I was like,
I love me some Giannis. Love me some Greek freak.
He's actually been on a tear. Like
I'm
they
putting
did down. They lost to the Grizzlies.
Grizzlies aren't terrible.
See, this is the thing.
They
People
were
sleep
off
on the
by
Grizzlies.
3.
The Grizzlies is a team that's a fighting. Even though they
Grind, baby.
grind and they gon' work they like.
I don't know what.
You think you gonna sweep them in the playoffs if they make it back to the playoffs? No, think again. Or they the team that's gonna. Oh, y'all need this game to get in the playoffs. No, we gon'
I'm
blow
just
y'all
saying-
out.
I'm just saying this. Can Seattle get a basketball team back?
There isn't a words they've been talking about it, but
They're
you know.
probably gonna get a hockey team before basketball.
Probably.
I mean,
coming up.
they'll get an arena. Are they building a new arena for that hockey team, or is it just they just
I think they're
renovated?
building a new arena, but a lot of people think they're building a new arena for like a basketball team.
I mean, so many all these.
They keep talking about it. I keep seeing popping up like, oh, Seattle on the verge of getting another hockey team. Speaking of Seattle, the old Seattle OKC Thunder now
Ouch! You gotta do Seattle
destroying
like
the
that.
Knicks 128 to 103.
Ooh.
Knicks got to start winning some ball games. I don't enjoy. I do not like as a Bulls fan being 4 wins and being better than 3 teams in the East.
Well, that's kind of always how it be
You just
because
want Zion Williams.
I do. I have outside of Khalil Mack, I have a man crush on on Zion Williamson. And what's even worse is he's barely of age, supposedly.
true. But okay, think
I'm gonna
about
stop
this.
talking now before I start getting in some legal troubles.
I don't think you can get in legal trouble for that.
Well, think about
Yeah,
this.
you do
It's
what Belly
always been that way in the East.
Thank you. No, right, strike that from the record.
Okay, it's always been a battle for the last the 5th, 6th, and 7th, 8th seed. It's always been that neck and neck battle. It's it's never been where this is clear that no. Because I remember one year where it was the Bulls, Miami, Detroit, and Indiana.
That was the year the Bulls went against the Boston.
Yeah, and got swept. We ain't gonna talk about it.
They didn't. No, they had a
Which one are you
chance to
talking-
win that. They were up
Both.
2-0.
Well, the last Boston series they were up 2-0, and then the one before that was like the big Derrick Rose. The before they were really good was when they pushed them to 7. They pushed them to 7 games.
Speaking of Derrick Rose, he's been balling lately.
Yeah, I was just about to get to that.
It was against the Lakers, I
Okay,
think,
I
too.
read-
It was against the Lakers. He
You're welcome.
had a real good game. Of course, obviously that 50-point game he had a couple weeks ago, but it was the Lakers game where he
Wasted
balled up,
Ooh,
where he balled
wasted
out.
time.
But I don't know. There, we're looking. 31 on 11 to 17 shooting. I don't know.
He set a record for 3-pointers.
Rose did.
What?
Yeah,
It had to be a team record.
It was a team record, but it was like a new career high for him.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I believe it. He wasn't always the best 3-point shooter.
Nah, he's a mid-range.
Right. Yeah, mid-range and slasher and everything.
But check it out, though. Meritz has still been balling too, but he didn't put up 33 this time. He only put up 16
Don't get me started on Meritage.
and 29 points.
Dude.
And-
Yo, Etwan. Let's look at Etwan more.
Whoa!
Boiler up, baby. Boiler up.
So 13 for 23,
Etwan.
I went to high school with him.
4 for 8,
Chicago.
and 31 points. He's your leading scorer, and they only play 2 people off. Wow. They only,
Dang. Where's the help from the bench?
Nobody.
You only got Randall
5
with 3 points and
Dang.
Diallo with 2.
Oh, no. Thibodeau has got to respect those minutes that the Pelicans had. He's probably standing over at the sideline like my man, giving every starter just about 40 minutes of play and your bench players almost nothing.
Or the bench is getting.
I mean, granted, the bench with their lack of scoring doesn't deserve to play from that, but dang. Dang.
And then Rose, he didn't play yesterday, which I think it was due to rest. But you had Towns
They got Lil Dang
with
too.
25 pounds. Yeah, they got all the former Bulls players.
So what, they got the whole old starting five.
Basically, all that's missing is Noah, basically.
Pretty much.
Noah and, like,
I
Keith
think-
Bogans or something, or
I
Ben
think
Gordon.
Noah's done though, cause
Yeah, he's a free agent right now, and
Nobody's picked them up.
he's
No.
done.
hey, I mean,
I'm personally, this is my honest opinion. The Bulls, even though y'all wouldn't play him, y'all should have kept Noah as he was the person that pumped up the team. No matter what he did, he pumped up the team.
yeah, but man, he really plummeted. That talent just went south once his shoulder injury started coming up.
Like after his defensive player of the year season,
Right.
he went.
And then, I mean, and I it's great. I mean, I guess it doesn't surprise me that the Knicks paid that money for him, but I'm glad because that's a lot of money that they would have had to shell over that the Knicks are giving him now.
Wow.
The Knicks are the sucker team now. Give them
Yeah.
any player that's like halfway decent, and they'll take it.
Just speak of the devil on the front page with Anthony.
So what's gonna happen with Carmelo?
Melo may be
Still-
traded. It's a lot of rumors going around with that though.
Yeah, last I saw was they're probably at some point they're going to waive him, Because, I mean, you're nuts if you try to trade for him, honestly.
Personally, he can help the
Nobody
Bulls.
wants him.
It's like he just shoot and shoot and shoot. His percentage went down. It's like, Melo, you got to do something else now. Like, you can't be that guy. You got to take a step back and have the role.
But, no, the problem with him is he just doesn't really... I don't know why he's so adamant on being a starter still.
He won't accept the fact that he can be a really good 6 man of the year if he would accept that role.
Oh, it's just great. Everyone asks him about coming off the bench, and he always answers, who, me?
Look.
Dude, you're not the same player you once were when you came in the league.
Just look at Jamal Crawford. He's been in the league for many years, been on many different teams.
But he
Won a couple 6 men of the year. He don't mind.
He won 3.
Yeah, and I don't know.
Dwayne Wade is like coming off the bench. Derrick Rose said like he won 6 man of the year, so he's playing like it.
But because
Yeah.
Derrick Rose is showing you he's like, I still got it in me. I'm still gonna ball.
Carmelo ain't balling, so Melo need to understand. Maybe I need to go come off the bench.
that I mean, this is coming from a guy that's fine with getting gold medals instead of NBA finals.
Championships.
So, I mean,
and said that.
yeah, that's what I mean.
And made a commercial out, like joking about it, like dude.
All right, let's see. Melo. In minutes per game, or I should say in losses, he's shooting 34% from the field. And only averaging 12 points per game. In the wins, he's shooting 51%. But how many of those shots are you taking?
Right.
Oh, one game against OKC, he was 1 for 11 from the field, 0 for 6 from three-point range. The game against Indiana, 3 for 9, 33%, 2 for 7 from the field. So your shooting percentage is dropping drastically. It's like you don't have to take that many shots now. Work the ball around, get some assists.
Not for Melo, man. He wants that offense running through him and everything. I mean,
Like you're only averaging roughly 3 assists a game.
it's just crazy to think that we're Houston's 10 games in or 12 games in, and between 10 to 14 games in, and they're already talking about waiving him, and it's just crazy.
Because they thought he was gonna fit with them, and he's not clicking. He's not clicking with Harden, Capella, and Paul. It's like he's not clicking with them,
Right,
Or
and
Gordon.
it's a mess. Good for him. He's getting a lot of money all at once now because Nick's waiving him, and now the Rockets are gonna waive him at some point. So man's getting some money at least, and I have no idea who's gonna sign him next if anyone does. I'm sure someone will because he can put points up. I mean, he's averaging 13 a game, but it's just a matter of do you want to take the baggage?
Like, yeah, do you want? Because I feel like now he's like, yeah, pay me, and I'll play for y'all. Give me that money, and
Like he ain't still enough money from the Knicks.
it irks me when you care more about gold medals and rings. Gold medals is good, like congratulations, but
Yeah.
won't you help your regular team, not the team of all stars? You know, that's good. You help them, help the regular team, help the team that you own get a ring. Ball out like you're supposed to.
He stole money from New York. He would have stolen money from Chicago had he came to Chicago.
I wanted him so bad too.
Let's just get to the bottom line. Melo is all about his money, and that he's towards the end of his career, and it's costing.
Who was it? Someone said, Tracy McGrady. Tracy McGrady came out and said it's time Melo needs to retire.
Yeah, it's like if you can't do what you can't do, or if you can't.
But he's
Perfect
not shit
example.
either.
Perfect example of that. Vince Carter used to be dunktastic, just putting elbows in the rim, 360. He could still get up there, but you're not seeing him doing a whole. Well, you did see him do a 360 in one game, but you're not seeing him just coming up all the time, just dunking. Like if he got it, he gonna dunk. Other than that, he reverted to shooting threes, jump shots, posting people up. He changed his game a little bit. Same thing with Allen Iverson when he was still in the league. He changed the game. Like, you've not seen him do, like, oh, I'm going to be the assist man. Or Jason Kidd and Steve Nash. Steve Nash became more of a passer and a scorer when, like, all after the back issues and stuff that he was having. He was like, all right, I got you. Behind the back pass, through the legs, kick passes.
Right. Know your role, man. Like Stacey King says, KYP, know your personnel. I don't know if Melo ever will. I mean,
I'm like, you got a young Clint Capella who's board hungry and likes to grab the oop. You got Chris Paul, who's been in the league just as long as you, and he's doing other things. He's taking more mid-range jump shots. He's getting a lot of assists. And then you got a young Harden who's just like, man, like they showing the stat line. He literally did his favorite post up step back shot. He airballed it.
Right. So I don't know.
I say sail.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's just he's gonna get waived. I don't know what poor soul's gonna pick it up, but it's just I don't know why he's being so stubborn. It's just realize what you are, man. Now. You're not what you were anymore.
True.
I mean, and Houston's suffering for it. They're a game above or a game under 500 right now. I mean, I don't want to say it's because of him, it's because of him, but I know.
No, they just not clicking. And like I said, remember how we talked about these teams was rebuilding, other teams was rebuilding as well. And this is what Isaac Ginn Jr. said in an interview that we did. He was like, you think you're rebuilding? They're rebuilding as well. So it's like other teams got pieces that made that team better.
Right.
Speaking of pieces, the Pistons, for example, when they added Blake Griffin, they made that trade for Blake Griffin. They got a whole lot better. They got more depth, and then you got Reggie Bullock. Like they beat the Raptors the other day. Come to think about it.
Yeah, and it's funny because it's Dwayne Casey, the former coach of the Raptors too, that knocked him off too. So that had to kind of feel pretty good to beat them in the last in a buzzer beater, and in comeback fashion as well.
And they're 7-6 starting the season off this year.
Yeah, and people were saying this could be a playoff team, possibly. And I'm assuming 7-6 in the East nowadays is good for at least. I think they're eighth. I think last time I saw, I think they're eighth in the East. So again, super. Oh no, they're sixth. They're sixth, but. It's it's an okay team. I mean, Blake Griffin there, and like you said, Bullock. But their ceiling is probably right where they are right now, a 6th seed in the East. But
like I said, we got a whole long season, so we got to, keep watch them and watch it go.
Right. I don't know. We'll see.
Because, look, we haven't even got to the second half of the season yet. And, teams play a whole lot differently come the second half of the season.
Yeah.
Because it's like, this is their first couple games. I'm going to say, give me, 25 games in, 30 games into the season, and watch all these teams be on a whole different level. Because if they got new players, they'll be clicking. They'll be already built that chemistry with each other. Like, okay, I know you like the ball on the sideline. Or I know you like to drive from the sideline, so I'm gonna set you a screen there and you take it to the house. Or I know you like to get up and grab oops. It's gonna be there. It's coming.
Yeah, they're gonna win the next game. They're playing the Cavs, so they're gonna improve.
That should be a win for them, but
I know. I know. Just like how the Spurs should have beaten the Suns.
Right, they should have beat the Suns, but. And the Suns they're starting off kind of horrible this season. They're 3-11. They was 2-11 going into the game against the Spurs, but the Spurs are doing horrible on the road. They're 2-4. So it was like, yeah.
Yeah, you can't lose to the Cleveland Browns of the NBA.
But you had Warren going for 27 points though on 10 of 17 shooting.
And that's what he's going to get you. He's one of their better shooters And, obviously Ayton posting a double-double with 17 and 10, which is exactly what you want out of him. And then Devin Booker supposedly... And this is a game where Booker only scored 13. And that's crazy to think that the Suns beat this... If you were to tell me Devin Booker scored 13 in a game and they won by 20, I'd call you crazy.
But they had double doubles. Even though
he did have 12 assists. Yeah, I see that.
So he had 12 assists though.
Dang.
And so he made up in 2 steals. So he made up. He didn't. It's like that's why I feel like what is a perfect example of what Melo should be doing. It's like, okay, if I'm not scoring that much, I'm gonna do it in a whole nother department.
Nah, ball's not falling, but I'm gonna keep shooting. It'll eventually go in.
And you also had Josh Jackson coming off the bench with 14, and Crawford coming off with 11.
Ageless wonder, Jamal Crawford, 38 years old.
Oh my goodness, he's 38.
18-year veteran.
Whew.
That's crazy.
It's hard to believe. Like, it was just yesterday when you seen this young lad coming in.
Right. But, no, I mean, I don't know. I feel bad for DeRozan since he's had to get the short end of the stick of being traded away to Toronto, and here they are, best in the East, and San Antonio's kind of trying to keep their head above water in the West. And there, there's like a story or whatever. DeRozan said he sat in his car for a few hours to just process what happened when he was traded to San Antonio.
I think he was out getting food late night. He found out he got traded.
It's like that or a movie or something. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I think it was a movie, and he sat in a parking lot of a fast food place. I think.
Jack in the Box is what it's called.
Yeah, I've never had Jack in the Box.
Look, it ain't from us. It ain't out.
That's true. That's
Indiana,
true.
North Chicago.
That's true.
Now, but who we got tonight? We got Golden State versus Houston tonight.
Last I saw, Houston's favorite in that game too, which is weird.
Really?
I think they're last time I saw they were a 3-point favorite. Not according to ESPN though.
According to ESPN, they have 56% favorite. Golden State's favorite now.
For some reason, Vegas has Houston as a 3.5-point favorite. This is
because Draymond returns from suspension tonight.
Maybe they think Draymond's just going to go on a total technical tear.
But I think the thing about it like this though, the team with Draymond is when he gets a triple double, they have a pretty good win record when he gets a triple double.
Yeah.
Even though it be one without points, they have a pretty good record. And it's like with Houston, it depends on if they're clicking. Like if you get, you can tell when it's frustration stuff on the court as well as off the court, but definitely on the court. You can tell that, y'all not clicking right, so we finna take advantage of y'all. We finna get in y'all head.
Yeah. But it's just, I don't know, it's surprising to see that Houston's a 3.5. I mean, I realize they're home, but, Golden State's Golden State, and they took care of business without Draymond and Steph. Steph's not playing. That's right. I forgot. Steph's injured.
Right.
That's why they're
been taking care of business without Steph.
You still got Clay and Durant though. Don't get me wrong.
Right, you still got Clay, but that's the thing about that team. If one goes down, you still have somebody else to step up. You even had Quan Cook step up too.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's still possible. I'm riding with Golden State in that game because not only just because I'm a fan, but their chemistry is so much better than Houston's right now. So I'm going to Golden State in that game.
So we think apparently, but I think I can't believe
a little bit better.
I can't believe how huge of a blow up it was that thing with Durant and Green went to.
That was just frustration.
It's funny to me just because it's like, dang man, it was just a simple play where not a simple play. I realized Durant had a triple double that game, but it's like you didn't. It's not like you lost. I mean, you obviously ended up losing, but it's not like that particular play was a loss. It just went to overtime. But it is what it is. Whatever.
Yeah. Then you got the Atlanta Hawks taking on Denver Nuggets. Who you got in that game?
Denver.
He's here. Denver.
Woo. Yeah, 13-point favorite. Yeah. Trae Young though, he's fun to watch. But
he's their leading point leader right now, as far as the season.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. I mean, Atlanta doesn't have too many offensive weapons. Yeah, 90% chance of winning.
Wow, and actually I'm around with. I think Denver gonna kill it in that one. Like I got Denver in that game though too as well because not only ESPN 90% favorite, and then we also have the Spurs versus the Clippers. Now they have Clippers. ESPN, according to ESPN, the Clippers is favorite to win this game.
That's crazy. I probably would think they'll win too, but I know they're kind. I'm sure it's safe to say that they're overachieving so far this year. You're getting tremendous production out of Tobias Harris. Of course, you have Lou Williams as a super sub and everything. But I just it's just crazy to think that the Clippers are good.
I'm actually going with the Clippers in this game. They're 6-1 at home, when the Spurs is 2-4 away. And it's just, you're also missing one of your big men. So it's like Paul Gasol is out. And the Spurs is known for being the Twin Towers. Like, you always have two big men dominating in the paint. And with Gasol out, who is it on? Arbridge can't do it by himself.
Right. So, and it's crazy to think the Spurs could be, 500 now after tonight if they follow the Clippers.
True enough. But that's enough about NBA. Tune in tonight for all those games if you follow these teams. Man, it's been a whole stare in football, especially with the Saints. You sign Brandon you get Dez Bryant. He gets hurt, tears Achilles, he's done. And then you sign Brandon Marshall.
Yeah, I can't believe the story about Dez Bryant. He signs on Thursday, tears his Achilles literally the next day in his first practice. And what do the Saints do? You drop 51 points on the Bengals. And then you sign Brandon Marshall.
He haven't. The last time he was with the Seahawks.
Yeah.
They released him.
Right. And it's interesting, these signings that they're making too. Like, Dez and Brandon Marshall could be quite, I guess, divas, so to speak. They can kind of cause some rifts in the locker room, but it's just, if you look at the Saints receivers, they need help outside of Michael Thomas. I mean, Kamara is their second leading receiver. Your backs is your leading receivers, basically, and Michael Thomas your rookie. Yeah, you needed a little bit more depth on the receiving tip, and on top of that, this would be Brandon Marshall's first playoff appearance in his 13-year career.
That's a shame.
That's crazy. I mean, it's what was he? The Broncos first, and then the Dolphins, Bears, and then
Seahawks,
Bears, Giants.
Oh wait, Jets,
Giants,
Bears
and Jets.
Didn't count because Jay Cutler was his quarterback.
Oh.
But he was the number one. He was the leading receiver with the Bears, though.
Still,
Him and
Jay
Alshon.
Cutler was his quarterback.
But if you look at it, that goes back to what we said a couple weeks ago. Anytime you trade a player from a Chicago team, they go to do better in some cases. Not all, but some.
Right.
Bennett won a Super Bowl. Jeffrey won Super Bowl. So it goes like, they're just saying like,
so
hey.
Brandon Marshall could be a third Bears player to possibly win a Super Bowl?
There's a very possibility, but we got a high, like, NFL right now. You got the Chiefs, you got the Rams, you got the Saints.
Their game will not be in Los Angeles.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you hear about that? Yeah, the Chiefs and Rams game moved to L.A. The field over there in Mexico City was awful. They
was like, nope.
They had a pick.
Like, one guy stepped wrong and he was gonna tear something.
Exactly. Yeah, and you don't want Mahomes or Tyreek Hill or Kareem Hunt or, God, there's so many good players. Todd Gurley or Brandon Cooks or Robert Woods or Jared Goff.
Travis Kelce. How do you get the
Travis Kelce. I mean, that field was in awful shape, and that's just the thing. I don't know why the NFL tries to schedule some of these games during some of these seasons that are going on over there. Obviously in England with the Premier League, and then Mexico having their soccer league as well.
Here's a better question: why are we going overseas? Period.
Well, they doing it because it's a lot of fans. It's not just the United States where they got fans at. It's more to broaden the horizon. But Mexico City, I think, they had like a couple tsunamis, terrains, and
let me just cut the crap. Okay, let's just get to the bottom line. It's more money for the NFL, and that's all they worry about is their bottom line.
Nope.
You can save that, because if it was about the fans, Colin Kaepernick would be playing football. Eric Reed wouldn't have to wait for like almost a year to get another job. So save that lie.
No, that's what they said. They was like, it's fans out there, not just the fans, because everybody's calling for Kaepernick to be signed.
Again,
All
like,
these quarterbacks that's...
Again, like they can't lie to people's face.
I'm just saying what the stats say.
and my stats say it's more money for them. That's why they doing it.
True enough, but we did have some exciting games this past week though. Forest football, like let's see.
Bengals Saints won one of them.
Oh yeah, it was
51-14. That wasn't exciting.
That's
You're a Saints fan.
If you were a Saints fan, it was super exciting.
I'm a Saints fan, and I still felt bad for
No,
Cincinnati.
never feel bad for Cincinnati that refuses to fire Marvin Lewis and then bring on Hugh Jackson.
Oh no, but fire their defensive coordinator. And
Yeah.
now Hugh Jackson is the special assistant to Marvin Lewis. The special assistant to what?
I can't wait. Hugh Jackson is going to be the next coach of the Bengals, isn't he?
Maybe, maybe
why
not.
Bring him back.
But check this out.
He should have been the coach anyway.
Drew Brees in that game. Since we gonna talk about this Bengals,
All-time passing leader.
he's the all-time passing leader, but his completion rating right now,
It's like
22 out of 25 passes made.
Well, his completion percentage this season is like what, over 77%?
It's 77 on the dot. I think. Well, not on the dot. It's like 77 points something, but
QBR,
77.
97.4 in that game.
That's insanity.
3 touchdowns, 10.6 after the catch.
And he ran for another touchdown.
That's why I said 3.
Well, yeah, 3 passing touchdowns. He had a rushing as well.
He ran
Yeah.
for another 4.
Okay.
Or he leaped for 1, I guess.
4 touchdowns in that game. And then we go with
So is he gonna
Mark
win
Ingram.
MVP?
look, that MVP race is kind of...
He's only thrown. I think he's only thrown 1 pick all season too.
Yeah, I think it's 21.
22-1 or something, yeah.
interception.
So I mean,
But you can't deny Pat Mahomes either.
I know it's
That's
hard.
what I'm saying.
It's hard. It's hard. I know. The thing I think what puts Drew Brees over is that completion percentage that he has, 77%, and then just 22 touchdowns to 1 pick.
Yeah, you can't
But
really knock that.
but the Saints are already good, and then now you have Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs. Whew.
But see, a lot now. I have to go with this because he has more weapons than Drew Brees. That's
Well, I mean,
But
I know.
Drew
Yeah, I
Brees
know.
is making everybody that he throws the ball to basically a weapon, though, because
that is true.
I know the whole. I mean, practically the whole Saints offense is outside of Breeze being Michael Thomas and Alvin Kamara, and then Ingram as well for goal line for the goal line touchdowns. But I mean, Mahomes has like we said, Tyreek Hill, Kareem Hunt, Travis Kelce, who I remember now.
I'm sorry, Brad.
No, you're fine, and Sammy Watkins.
yeah.
Sammy Watkins is like strictly a deep threat.
Right. I mean, God, that whole team is a deep threat. Everyone's fast on the Chiefs, man.
And Kareem Hunt, he keeps leaping like over people.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
He getting his hurt on, that's all. Track
Yeah.
practice.
okay, look, just don't hurdle the wrong way, please.
Track practice, that's all it is. Track practice. And like the Chiefs did beat them.
Speaking from the cross country expert.
Yeah, I did track and cross country. I ain't do hurdles. I wasn't doing hurdles. That's one thing I stayed away from.
I kudos to hurdle jumpers, man. I don't know how they do it. I'd be terrified running full speed trying to jump and not losing too much of a stride while not falling on your face.
Wow, Pat Mahomes in this game though, he trying to be like Breeze. He 21 for 28 in that game against the Cardinals.
The lonely Cardinals.
Yeah. NFC West is pretty bad. You got the Cardinals and the Niners in there.
The Rams is just like running away, basically, that division.
Shout out to Monday Night Football though for having the Giants and 49ers be in a game.
I actually watched that game.
It wasn't a terrible. It wasn't a
It was
terrible
a good game.
It was just funny to think going into that. It was just 3 wins between the two teams.
Right, and they actually came out and played. I was like, oh, okay.
That game, I thought that game was gonna go to overtime. To be honest, like the Giants pulled out in the last
Well, look,
20 last minute of the game where it was 27 to
I
23.
get a birthday gift from Monday Night Football.
What gift is that?
I get the Rams and Chiefs on my birthday.
Oh, lucky you.
So,
My birthday's during my birthday's during baseball, so I don't get Monday Night Football.
I don't get any football.
Well, in case I don't see you, happy early birthday.
Because my birthday is like, I don't get any. Because where is it right now?
Yours was
October 11.
What do you mean you don't get football?
I don't. Not this.
No.
I got
on Tuesday this week.
I was just like, what are you talking about? It's in the middle of the
You
season.
got football.
Me. Mine's
I got college.
Okay, on Tuesday.
I got some hot action.
Birthdays. Look. See, that's happy birthday to me. I get to watch the Chiefs and Rams.
On a nice field, and better field than what Mexico City has to offer. I know the Coliseum at times can be pretty shaky too, since USC plays there.
Yeah, but on the same token, you got the wildfires going on in California. So
Yeah, that too.
air quality sucks.
That too. I forgot about that too.
I'm saying it sucks. I can attest to it. I was like 3, and I felt like I saw the fire jump the canyon. So.
And man,
And I stayed in my house.
the Seahawks actually gave the Rams a struggle in that last game too. 31-36, but the Rams still pulled it off. But they're still 5-0 at home. So yeah, who you picking for that game?
I probably the Chiefs, because Rams have been kind of
Shaky.
flirting with some losses, albeit their division games are always never supposed to be easy. But I don't know now, man. The Chiefs' defense sucks.
I'm round with the.
That's gonna be hopefully that's gonna be a high scoring game.
I'm round with the Rams, even though they're gonna be without Cooper Kupp. I'm round with the Rams.
Yeah, I think I'll probably stick with Kansas City. Cooper Kupp was such a huge red zone thing for the Rams, and he's the leading. He has their most receiving touchdowns too. Not that they can make it up with Gurley or Brandon Cooks or Robert Woods or, for that matter.
I'm going to Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm gonna go with the Rams. I gotta stick with the hometown favorites. It's just because even though Kupp is gone, you still got Cooks, who he's got 10 receptions for 100 yards on the season right now with the Rams.
But here's my thing. I'm thinking of you barely beat the Seahawks. You almost
They still won.
Still, you almost came back to beat the Saints, and you barely beat the Packers. The lowly Green Bay Packers.
You can't count out Aaron Rodgers. No matter what you do, you can't count out Aaron Rodgers.
I understand that, but still, okay, think of Seattle. Seattle's not the best team right now, and you barely beat Seattle.
Well, yeah, I know. It's
You got to think about their defense. Some of these teams, even though they're horrible, their defense and yards percentage.
Oh, you want to go defense with the Rams? Marcus Peters got burned.
He kept getting burned. He wasn't getting.
He got burned.
He was getting burned the whole game.
He should left it. He should just took his shoes off.
Wow, he just said. Shit.
Just leaving on that note.
Yeah, we're gonna leave on that note and talk about the Packers, who demolished the Dolphins 31-12 this past week, with Aaron Rodgers 19 for 28, 199 yards and 2 TDs. And Jones, 15 carries, 146 yards and 2.
Yeah, Aaron Jones, a guy that they've been kind of hoping would be their main back for the season, had his big game of the year, like you said, 145 yards for 2 touchdowns. Of course, Rodgers throwing two touchdowns to Devontae Adams. Packers, I mean, the Packers are practically the Patriots of the NFC, where they just get well.
And they was at home.
I don't know if I want to say Patriots in the NFC, because the Packers always seem to kind of stumble for the most part in the playoffs. But I mean, it's a team that kind of just does enough to get the job done over there in Green Bay. And now, let's see, they got a kind of a relatively hard game coming up too, don't they, Green Bay?
Don't they got against
Shoot.
They got the Seahawks this week.
Yeah, yes, that's why. They played them tonight.
Who's 4-4 and 1 against the 4-5 Seahawks.
Yeah, that's right. It's tonight. Jeez, that's why I'm thinking. Let's talk about a brain fart. But yeah, I mean, it's an important game. I mean, you have you got the division on the line at Sunday night here in Chicago, and
It's a must-win game. It's basically like that division. It's a must-win. Every game is a must-win.
Yeah, and I'm glad the Bears got off to that really tough stretch of their 3 games against the division against the Lions. You want to talk about a tough stretch as well. The Vikings have themselves a real hard stretch coming up. They got the Bears, obviously, and then they play Green Bay, and then they go to New England, and then they go to Seattle.
Wow, that is a...
So that's a stretch, man. If the Bears, if they can win this game, if the Bears can win Sunday night, I don't know firmly, but I really think that a division title is possible for them. I mean, not that it isn't now, but I was saying on Monday and even before then that if the Bears win this weekend on Sunday Night Football, then I'm full on buying in on them.
And then, so
Thielen's questionable. Interesting. I mean, I'm sure he'll play, but
yeah, Thielen's questionable, Rose is questionable, and Remmers is questionable. But Deion Sims may be back in that game. So who's another big tight end that Trubisky tends to use other than Burton? He may be back for that game. He may be ready. And Bears is a 57% chance of winning favorite right now.
Right. Yeah, this doesn't surprise me. It's two really good teams. Minnesota's kind of found some form lately.
Even though Trubisky has thrown.
No, Trubisky's been fantastic. Has been absolutely phenomenal these past couple weeks. Well, maybe not absolutely phenomenal. He was kind of pedestrian against the Bills, but he had the defense carried him for that game. But he's the big, getting that 3 game stretch against the division off was fantastic. Setting his career high in passing yards in a game, and having like his career second best quarterback rating in his career. So,
as far as interception to touchdown, this is the crazy part. Cousins has 17 TDs and 5 interceptions. When you got Trubisky, 19 TDs and 7 interceptions.
Yeah, it's just
double his touchdown ratio. Touchdowns from last year.
Oh, it's better than Peterman.
Yeah, well, anything. All of us are better than Peterman. But
you should let that alone.
I'm sorry. It's funny when you got
when you gotta get Matt Barkley, who 2 weeks ago was at his house chilling. You got some issues.
Well, Matt McCarthy was actually a good pickup for them.
I mean, you killed the Jets. Absolutely killed the Jets. I mean,
destroyed the Jets.
I know it's the Jets.
Well, between them and the Giants, I don't know who's worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, it's a toss-up.
Probably the Jets, but I don't know. Giants are hot right now. Thank you very much. They are on a 1-game winning streak, knocking off the 49ers.
Well, you should say it there.
Giants are playing their best football of the season, folks.
I guess so. The only bright spot of that was Eli Manning's 36-game winning drive.
All right, so we got Dallas and Atlanta. Both of these teams 4-5.
I'll take Dallas because Atlanta.
I'm only gonna take Dallas if
Zeke gets the ball.
Zeke gets 25 plus carries, and Elliott's throwing for 200 yards. That's the only time I take.
You mean Prescott?
I mean, yeah, Prescott.
If Elliott getting 25 carries and throwing for 200 yards, sign me up for the Cowboys, man. But no, yeah, I don't know what on earth is going on with the Falcons. I mean,
okay, don't mind me.
I don't know. I mean, the Falcons just completely laid an egg against the Browns, man.
Yeah, gave the Browns another win.
After completely destroying the Washington Redskins, you go and do that against the Cleveland Browns.
Well, the Browns had a point to prove. It's like, we can win, and our quarterback, Baker Mayfield.
I mean,
when you fire your coach and your offensive coordinator,
they trying to show you that it was the coaching. That's basically that's what that statement was.
And shout out to Nick Chubb, by the way, for getting me some nice fantasy points.
Ooh.
Speaking of fantasy, I don't even want to talk about my fantasy no more.
What's wrong with your a fan.
You have Trubisky at least. You had Trubisky.
I'm 2-7.
Don't tell me you didn't start Trubisky.
I started Trubisky.
Okay.
But I'm 2-7.
And you probably got a better record than the Bills.
No, the Bills have a couple more wins. They have.
I got the exact same record as the Giants.
The Bill. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, that's not much better.
The Bills and Jets got a better record than your fantasy team.
Yeah.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Man. Who you got between Carolina and Detroit?
Oh,
Carolina. I'm
Carolina.
going Carolina all day.
Lions are a mess now since they traded Golden Tate.
Forget that point. Carolina got spanked by the Steelers. They got an attitude.
They got an attitude, but they're 1-3 away, and Detroit's 2-2 at home. But I'm going Carolina because they, like you said, they got a point to prove. Like what? Y'all just come in and spank us like that? No.
Yeah, they got backhanded by Pittsburgh.
That was more than backhanded.
Backhanded, forward-handed, fisted. punched in the face. That's what
They were just that boxing match.
If you've seen that episode, if you've seen the Simpsons episode where Homer just stands there and gets pummeled the whole time.
That was Carolina.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because
We're gonna have to edit that phrasing though. By the way.
Yeah, man. Who else? We got Tennessee and Indiana. Tennessee's actually been on a good tear right now.
That I know they destroyed the Patriots.
Man,
Colts. I don't. God, these are two teams I just have no idea about. I know the Titans destroyed the Patriots.
They're both on win games, so you got the Colts on a 3-game winning streak and Tennessee on a 2-game winning streak.
And then the Colts, yeah, exactly. Colts beat the Jags, which it's just crazy to think that this is the same Jags team that was a win away from the Super Bowl, and they were beating the Patriots for a fair share of that AFC Championship, and here they are, 3-6.
I think Jalen Ramsey talked a little too much.
Yeah.
Oh, he the new Josh Norman.
No, but look, when you don't have a quarterback to back up your comments, keep it cool.
Yeah, you keep it cool.
He didn't keep it cool. When you go on GQ magazine, they ask you about this quarterback. He sucks. He's garbage.
Yeah, he was trashing a lot before the season started.
Now you can't hear a word from him.
He ain't been saying that. He been keeping quiet.
Yeah,
Wow.
because he hasn't backed it up.
Tampa Bay versus the New York Giants.
I ain't never seen the Giants that fast
Oh,
about that much.
Team Meteor. Let's go Meteor. I'm just kidding.
That's magic.
I'm going to fix magic in this game. Giants cannot perform at home right now. They are 0-4.
Oh Lord.
I honestly think the Giants are going to win this game. I don't know.
His opinion. He allowed to have his opinion.
No. Let's talk about the Bucks and getting 500 yards in a game against the Falcons. Go figure. And only scoring 3 points.
And they give up 500 yards in defense.
The Bucks?
Yeah.
Well, you're just proving my case even more now. Saquon's gonna go crazy on them.
And you got a lot of your
And Odell.
You got a lot of your like.
Sure. Tampa Bay's running backs are all injured apparently.
Yep. So you got Peyton Barber questionable, Ronald Jones questionable, Goodwin questionable.
So is Fitzpatrick gonna become the quarterback and the running back?
Probably.
Oof.
I'm only because they say the Giants is favored to win, but if the Giants is not clicking, that's the reason why I'm saying Tampa Bay may take that. And just simple fact, Giants cannot perform at home.
Giants can't perform, period.
But they really can't perform at home, and that's where you're supposed to do your best performance at most of the time.
Yeah, well,
Look, it ain't happening for them.
sometimes you're the Giants.
Oh man. I'm so done. We got the 6-2-1 Pittsburgh Steelers versus Jacksonville, who's 3-6.
Steelers, but for some reason, I feel like the Jags are going to win
I'm
this
going
game
with
for
the
some.
Jags in that game. I'm
picking the Steelers. I'm picking the Steelers, but for some reason, I feel like this is going to be a weird game. This is going to be like
got lucky and and scored.
I feel like this is going to be like that weird game where Roethlisberger threw like 5 picks against the Jaguars last year too.
He did.
Yeah,
But-
like you said,
But that was a much different Jags team for some reason. So I mean,
They've lost their footing.
I'm not going on the offense to win for the Jags. I'm going on the defense to win for the Jags is what I'm picking for.
Okay, defense is suspect right now. I'm not even.
Not against Ben Roethlisberger. Big Ben
Well, let's see how the Steelers,
and the Jags.
Well, let's see how the Steelers perform now that Le'Veon Bell is not coming back.
Oh, no,
man.
you got Connor.
yeah.
You got the
a
rookie.
concussion.
Oh, I know. Hopefully he'll be back.
He's
Connor.
questionable right now as far as the injury report goes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take a look and see what he's been doing. I know he's been on the concussion protocol, which is never good. He practiced fully Wednesday, so he should be good. Should be good. That makes me happy because I have Connor.
We also have the Houston Texans versus Washington Redskins.
Are they
Texans
gonna
who
win
walked
they
up
7
because they're
straight?
both coming in this game 6-3, and they're both 3-2. They're 3-2 away, and they're 3-2 at home.
The fun thing about the Redskins, they're first in their division, and their scoring differential, if you look at the standings, I believe is 1 point.
Have you seen that
Plus-
division?
+1. Yep.
Have you seen that division?
I know.
The NFC.
This is a
leads-
first place team, comfortably in first place, who has scored just 1 more point than what they've given up this season, and they are 6-3.
That is the NFC least if I've ever seen.
That is peak NFC least.
Yeah,
And-
but this is a battle of the first places, though, because
Okay, let's all.
Yeah, but I mean,
the Redskins
well,
are
I
lucky
guess
to be in first
both.
place.
I guess both those teams kind of have some lousy divisions outside of the Titans, I guess. But
Texans are
Houston's been weird because I'm super high on them because I like their offense with Demaryius Thomas and Hopkins and whatever you get from Lamar Miller. But if you saw like their score, they don't score a lot. They really do not score a lot for some reason. Houston,
It's that defense.
right?
their defense, and they're on a 6-game winning streak. Like I thought they was gonna drop and lose the 6 games, but since Watson came back from that injury, what was that? When he was like out for like 2 games.
Right.
Then he came back. He's been on a tear.
Yeah, he's been great. Another guy I have on my fantasy team.
Oh,
So many. I feel like every player we talked about was on my team at some
pretty
point.
much.
But no, I think the Redskins. I think the My God, Brett, get yourself together. Texans. I like the Texans in this one. I think their offense is just a little bit better and more dynamic than the Washingtons.
The Redskins, you mean?
Did I say Washington?
You said Texas.
God, yeah, no, I like the Texans
Oh.
offense more than the.
I thought you said. I'm
You
like,
scared me because you had me
Just
thinking.
messing with you.
I know. I mean, I believe you because I've been shaky today.
I'm actually. I don't know. I'm torn. Like I feel like that game should end up in a draw.
It's close. I mean, it's gonna be probably the lowest scoring game in this coming week. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if both teams don't even break 20 because their defenses are pretty good.
Defense is pretty good, and you got Watson 17 TDs, 7 interceptions on the season, with Alex Smith 10 TDs and 3 interceptions.
Yeah, so Alex Smith is such a boring quarterback.
Why?
I mean, he's not terrible, but he's just so boring. It's just such. He's good. He's just so boring. I don't know. It's just come on. 10 he has a. Oh my God, he was born. He's born a day. He was born a day before me. Well, I mean, granted, I'm much younger than him, but he's born on May 7th. Mine's on May 8th. But anyway, it's just such a boring quarterback. He doesn't have too big of an arm. Clearly, he doesn't throw a lot of interceptions. With being 10 touchdowns and 3 interceptions for a whole season right now at this point as a quarterback is so boring.
Well, he's not that boring, but he's interesting because it's like in wins, you have 1,000 yards on the season right now.
Who's interested?
Alex Smith.
I am saying how
No,
Alex
he's
Smith
not.
is the most boring quarterback in football.
Game manager.
Boring.
Ugh.
Hey, give a man a chance.
I know this is a guy. This is a guy that's first place by a lot in the division.
I mean, I watching Redskins. I watch the fans. I don't even watch him.
He watched-
Nothing he does impresses me. Sorry.
She watches the fans. Dang. Cold.
He's boring. I'm with Brett. I can go to the kitchen, come back, and he still does nothing interesting.
All right. Denver
Chargers. Give me Chargers.
Chargers.
I'm definitely going with Chargers in this game.
Whatever you do, please just don't go to the next one.
The two worst teams in the NFL. You got Oakland Raiders versus Arizona.
Do we have to pick this one?
I'm going with Arizona in this game.
I'm going with I plead the fifth.
I would plead the field, but
Because I have nothing nice to say, so I'm just leave that alone.
seeing that Oakland does not have a pass rusher,
You traded him.
Oakland has nothing.
they basically traded all their key assets players away.
They have no quarterback. That's number one issue.
Oh, they have a quarterback.
No, he sucks.
It's not that. He's not getting the time to actually. He don't have nobody to throw the ball to.
Again, that's their $100 million man, John Gruden. Please.
And you got Lynch hurt. So there's no beast mode.
And Bryant, I think, is out. I think he got a torn ACL.
Who?
Bryant for the Raiders.
I'm drawing a blank on him.
They said he had a severe injury last week. Let's look it up.
No. To the research
'Cause
team.
the only Bryant I can think of is Des Bryant.
Mm-mm.
Right.
I think
You talking Martavius?
they have Martavius.
No.
Let's see here. No, I don't want that.
Yeah.
Oh. There we go.
Martavius Bryant will miss at least a couple of weeks.
Oh, why are you looking at tickets for that game?
I was not trying to.
How cheap are they? How cheap are they going on? I think we probably could
They
do
should
it for
be
like
a
a buck.
dollar.
Nah, that'd be
Should pay us to
petty.
go.
That would be
That
so
ain't
petty.
Look here, okay?
Okay, as low as $57. Okay.
That's still too high. That's $56 too high. 1-8, 0-4 away. 2-7, 1-4 home. Seriously, who's gonna be interested? And
Parents.
And to
Parents
see
of the
John
place.
Gruden standing on the side chewing his gum like he don't know what to do because he ain't coached in 16 years.
He brushing off the shackles. He got rust. He needs some WP-40.
That's a hell of a lot of rust.
But, nah, I mean, Cardinals, I guess. I mean, someone's going to win, right? I mean, I know we've had a lot of ties.
I mean, the Chargers didn't even score that many points, and the Raiders still lost.
Well, like I said, their line. So the line for both of these teams sucks. You got the rookie Josh Rosen, who threw 2 interceptions and was sacked 5 times against Kansas City, and then
Lord have mercy.
Carr was sacked 4 times with no interceptions, but in that loss against Chargers.
Okay.
That line, if they don't have that time to throw, it's the same thing with the Giants. It's gonna be an interesting game because it's gonna be interesting for one side because
That's going to be a tie. That's what that's going to be.
Cardinals do have a better defense than Oakland has.
You got rid of your pass rusher. They gift wrapped him to Chicago. Which thanks, by the way, Oakland Raiders.
And look, we don't have Amari Cooper for the Raiders. He was shipped off to Dallas, who was making his impact.
I'm not a Raiders fan, so I could care less. You won't be technical.
What fan are you?
I'm a Saints fan.
Oh,
Actually, Saints and Bears, which is odd.
well, I'm Bears and Patriots, so you know.
Oh, please. Let's save about your Patriots.
Okay, who you got against this? We got the Philadelphia Eagles and the New Orleans Saints.
You already know what I got. I'm going Saints, Drew Brees, Kamara, all the way.
I'm actually going with them because they've been on a tear. They on an 8-game winning streak coming into this game, so they're coming up high.
They ain't lost since week 1.
That's my point that I'm
Your
making.
point don't matter.
Ooh.
And like you said, 21 TDs and 1 interception on the season for Drew Brees.
Exactly.
Carson Wentz, 15 TDs, 3 interceptions.
Something
Yeah.
about the Eagles, they don't look right.
Yeah, I was just about to say that this has just been a weird season. Maybe, I mean, Super Bowl hangover, I guess. I have no idea.
Nothing
But,
bad
I mean,
Super Bowl
God,
hangover.
It's just, Saints, I like the Saints big in this game. I mean, they've shown no signs of slowing down at all.
They not slowing down. They've been on the tear. It's like Breeze, like, I need another Super Bowl ring. So it's like, and ESPN got them as a 74% favorite.
Yeah, I mean, it's extremely down year for the Eagles right now for whatever reason. And it's not like Wentz is playing terrible either.
No, he's playing pretty good. He's playing decent.
It's such a weird. They're just having such a weird season. I don't even know how to describe it other than weird.
Of course, we got the Bears Vikings,
Yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait.
which got flexed. Game 1, they got flexed to PM prime time.
Not do or die, but this is it, man. This is where you can show everyone that you are for real on a national on a national stage and everything. Sunday Night Football doesn't get bigger than that, and like I said, if they win that game, I'm fully buying into them.
I got a feeling they're going to make the playoffs this year. Like, no doubt about it. And you also got, Kansas and Los Angeles, which, who going to be 9? Who going to be 9-2? We're going to be 10-1. Who going to be 9-2?
Good slate this weekend, that's for sure.
I'm going to be on my TV. I'm going to be recording games. I'm going to convince my pops and my mom to get the NFL Sunday ticket package.
He's gonna make me record games.
No, I ain't gonna be Patty. I'll have my mama do it.
I'm so good. See, that's how I'm gonna call your mama. So.
Call her.
Snitch.
But that's what we got coming up in this coming week. So, tune in to next week. We'll be back in the studio.